Download this code from codegive.com, link in the description below. OK, let's dive deep into Claude 3's function calling capabilities, focusing on what makes Claude 3 Opus and its family special. We'll cover the basics, then move into more advanced concepts, including practical examples and code snippets. What is function calling? Tool use. Function calling is a feature that allows a language model to interact with external tools and systems. Instead of just generating text, the model can recognize when it needs specific information or needs to perform an action. It then creates structured requests, typically in JSON format, describing what the tool should do and what inputs it needs. A separate process then executes the function, and its results are returned to the model. The model then uses these results to refine its response or complete its task. Why is function calling important? Access to real-time information. Language models often lack access to up-to-date information. Function calling enables them to retrieve current weather conditions, stock prices, news articles, or data from databases. Performing actions. The model can trigger actions like sending emails, scheduling appointments, placing orders, or controlling devices. Extending capabilities. Function calling allows language models to integrate with any existing system or API, significantly expanding their functionality. Improved accuracy and reliability. By relying on external tools for specific tasks, the model can avoid generating inaccurate or hallucinated information. Key concepts in Claude 3 function calling. 1. Tool definition. You define the tools that Claude can use. This includes a description of the tool, its purpose, and the parameters, inputs, it accepts. Anthropic uses a JSON schema-like format to define these parameters. 2. Function request. When Claude determines it needs to use a tool, it generates a JSON object. This object contains the name of the tool to use and the arguments, values, for the tool's parameters. 3. Tool execution. Your application receives the JSON object and executes the corresponding function or API call. 4. Tool result. The result of the tool execution is formatted as a string or JSON object and sent back to Claude. 5. Model response. Claude uses the tool result to generate a final response to the user's query. What's unique about Claude 3 Opus, and Haiku/Sonnet, in function calling? Claude 3 family demonstrates significant improvements over previous Claude versions and other models in several areas. More reliable tool calling. Claude 3 is significantly better at recognizing when a tool is needed and generating valid function calls. It's less likely to hallucinate tool names or provide malformed JSON. Understanding complex tool definitions. Claude 3 can handle more complex tool definitions with nested objects, arrays, and intricate dependencies between parameters. Better handling of tool errors. When a tool returns an error, example invalid input, Claude 3 is better at understanding the error message and attempting to correct the input or try a different approach. Improved reasoning and context switching. Claude 3 can maintain context across multiple turns of a conversation, even when tool use is involved. It can remember previous tool results and use them to make informed decisions in subsequent requests. Less prompt engineering. While prompt engineering is always beneficial, Claude 3 requires less fine-tuning in the prompt to correctly use tools. Its ability to parse and act upon the tool instructions is superior. JSON schema compliance. Anthropic puts significant emphasis on using valid JSON schema, so familiarity with JSON schema is a significant advantage. They follow the best practices of JSON schema more closely than some other models. Native API integration. Anthropic's API is designed for function calling, making the integration process smoother. The API has dedicated fields for specifying tools and tool results. Code example, Python with Anthropic Python SDK. This example demonstrates a simple weather tool. We'll define the tool, send a request to Claude, execute the tool, and then send the result back to Claude. Explanation *. 1 Tool definition. Tools. We define the get_weather tool using a dictionary. Note the input_schema follows JSON schema principles. The required field indicates which parameters are mandatory. The enum field restricts the possible values for the unit parameter. This is crucial for ensuring Claude provides valid requests. 2 Get_weather function *. This is a placeholder function that simulates getting weather data. In a real application, this would make an API call to a weather service. It takes a location and a unit, Celsius or Fahrenheit, as input. 3 Call_Claude function *. This function sends the prompt and the tool definitions to the Claude API. The messages parameter is a list of dictionaries, where each dictionary represents a turn in the conversation. The tools parameter tells Claude what tools are available. Max_tokens limits the amount of text Claude generates. For example usage *. We create a user prompt asking for the weather in San Francisco. 5 Tool use handling *. The code checks if Claude's response contains a tool_use object. If it does, it extracts the tool name and arguments. 6 Tool execution *. The code calls the get_weather function with the extracted arguments. 7 Sending the tool result *. This is the most important part for the next message. A tool_result is created, containing the tool_use_id, obtained from the first response, and the content of the result. The tool_result is sent back to Claude with an updated messages list, specifying the tool_use_id so that Claude can correctly interpret the result. Note that the messages history now includes the original user prompt, Claude's tool use request, and the tool's response. Important considerations *. API key * replace your _Anthropic_API_key with your actual Anthropic API key. It's best practice to store your API key as an environment variable. JSON schema * thoroughly understand JSON schema. Validating your tool definitions against a JSON schema validator is highly recommended. Invalid schemas can lead to unpredictable behavior. Error handling * implement robust error handling. The get_weather function in this example is very simple. In a real application, you need to handle cases where the API call fails, the location is not found, or the API returns invalid data. Security * Be very careful about the tools you expose to Claude. Avoid giving Claude access to tools that could compromise security, such as tools that can execute arbitrary code or access sensitive data without proper authorization. Implement appropriate security measures to protect your systems. Prompt engineering still matters even with Claude 3's improved capabilities. Well-crafted prompts can significantly improve performance. Be clear about what you want Claude to do and provide examples of how to use the tools. Chains of tool use * Claude 3 is capable of using multiple tools in a single conversation. The process is the same. Claude requests a tool, you execute it and send the result back, and Claude can then use that result to generate a final response or request another tool. Advanced techniques. Complex tool definitions * Use nested objects and arrays in your tool definitions to represent more complex data structures. Asterisk conditional tool use. Asterisk use prompt engineering to guide Claude to use different tools based on the user's input or the current context. For example, if the user asks about travel arrangements, use the book_flight tool. If the user asks about the weather, use the get_weather tool. Asterisk human in the loop. Asterisk incorporate a human review step to validate tool requests before they are executed. This is particularly important for sensitive operations. Asterisk fine-tuning. Future Anthropic may eventually offer fine-tuning capabilities, which would allow you to further customize Claude's behavior for specific tool use scenarios. Asterisk parallel tool use. Asterisk Claude can call multiple tools at once, allowing for multiple functions to be executed in parallel. You will need to correctly send the output of each tool to Claude using the tool ID. Example of complex tool definition. In this example, the search_hotels tool has a complex preferences object with nested properties like *_rating and amenities. The amenities property is an array of strings, allowing the user to specify multiple amenities. Key takeaways about Claude 3 and function calling. Asterisk Claude 3 is significantly more reliable and capable than previous models in handling function calling, especially with complex tool definitions. Asterisk pay close attention to JSON schema and ensure your tool definitions are valid. Asterisk implement robust error handling and security measures. Asterisk prompt engineering still plays a role in guiding Claude's behavior. Asterisk experiment with complex tool definitions and chains of tool use to unlock the full potential of Claude 3. This comprehensive tutorial should give you a solid foundation for working with Claude 3 function calling. Remember to consult the official Anthropic documentation for the latest updates and best practices. Good luck.